how did I once red pill somebody to the point where they became like really based, and actually they're I believe they're like quite happily involved with like a really hot woman, and yoked to death, yoked to death, Muay Thai, hardcore cold kicking motherfucker now. Um, where when I first met him, he was totally getting beguiled by this completely dysfunctional single mom who lived nearby me. And so when he would be hanging out, he would be like, I mean, she was hot too, but I mean, she was totally crazy, and her crazy energy, like, was like, whoa, what's up with hot crazy? So, you know, uh, at one point I mentioned how, a lot of what these people are saying on the right, one of the things that evidences it is that even within the EU, that there is still this issue between different groups of people in Europe. So, like, the idea of Netherlanders and Germans, when interacting, will joke about one another. And he was laughing because he played soccer, so he knows, yeah, Europeans don't see each other as one group of people. And that was it. That was the red pilling moment. He had to really accept how profoundly they knew each other to not be the same group of people, but kind of were. Kind of are, compared to people from way far away. So that was just so what it is. I was sitting back, like, looking at some things, and I was looking at how Tucker Carlson eviscerated multiple people's presidential aspirations. Just I mean, like, what was it? Like, there's some movie, one of those various Vin Diesel movies, where there's just this weird scorpion thing, and he cuts open its guts, and it ends up, like, just eating its own guts when they fall out. And, like, that's kind of, like, with Mike Pence, that's what we saw yesterday. Like, that was bad. That was not just not the hot take. That was the totally cold porridge take. One of those profoundly cold porridge takes. And and then the one that was even worse, it was with Asa Hutchinson. It was just like Kool-Aid with no sugar. I mean, it was so bad. It was that kind of face. Like, Asa was saying things that just made you make the "you got no sugar in this Kool-Aid" face. And it was, Asa, where's the sugar? Come on now. And it was hilarious. Like, I just loved, like, damn, you old Republican dupes, you idiots. Like, and you could tell the confidence that they were displaying. It really was that kind of thing of, you're gonna buy this lemon. That it's like, they're old and dotardly in that way of, like, they just hit the switch and they put on the old state. I'm gonna hit them with the old soft shoe. Watch till I do a little of the sand dance. The people can't resist that. And I mean, was it was it Bojangles, right? That's what we're seeing with these fucking guys, dude. And it's just sad, dude. It's just, I mean, like, Asa couldn't make it clear, I think, something that is absolutely could not be just called therapy. Like, this, there really should be a whole bunch, there should be hearings on that alone. That very idea, because this is not, gender, drugs, and lop jobbing is not therapy. It's not therapeutic. These people have made up a pathology so that they could sell drugs and surgery to middle-class whites. period. I mean, it is exactly what it looks like. But to now see so many people so effectively red-pilled, like they're just not fooled at all anymore. It's really wonderful to see how, like, there's now just people just, like, in no way, shape, or form any longer sort of accepting really excuses. I mean, that's when I really think about it, they're kind of accepting, we've been kind of accepting these excuses. Why don't you have a stance? Like the big one really was that with Mike Pence was how Tucker ground him down on Ukraine. And that Tucker basically, that everybody in that room knew, because everybody in that room understood, no, these guys are definitely neo-Nazis. We know they are. They say they are. Like, they do everything that group does. Why are, but they're trying to be polite. They're trying to be polite and be like, with all these things that they do that we don't like, why are we giving them money? Why are we not doing something about the problems that are in the continental United States that affect normal people? And and that's it. That's the end. All of that. That is, to a great extent, I kind of look at it as that back and forth are the old Republicans versus now this thing that is the patriotic nationalist right. That it's a party issue. That the Republicans, it has to do with a party. If these guys are constitutionalists, then let's have a real good solid decision on what is the relationship between Ukraine and us. Have a nice sit down about what, is Russia an enemy or not, that kind of thing. And that to say it with honor and bravery, but that's not what's happening. and so the old Republicans are fine when there's various shenanigans pulled, that they're like, well, that's the way that realpolitik and all that goes. And but when those shenanigans, when Russia goes into a neighboring country. But it goes into the neighboring country because it turns out we or Turkey or one of our allies got a bunch of jihadis to shoot missiles over the border. So or some kind of dissident group to do that. Well, we don't like that. Suddenly, it's all Russia's fault. That us ginning that up. No. It's not our fault we ginned up the situation. No, it's their fault for reacting in a way that we don't like. They should have just accepted that we were going to cause them problems. When we do it, it's always good trouble. As the establishment invented that saying. So now it's I think that whole Pence back and forth there was good to see. Because that's the old men of the Republican Party being just trounced, and also they can't get, what it really comes down to is the American forces that kick all the ass come from the Deep South. Period. They can't get those men to fight anymore. Those white boys aren't going to fight, and they're definitely not going to fight for Mike Pence, and that's what he saw. He can't get men to join his banner. He can't get the Sons of Albion to join his banner. Period. He can't get good Christian men to join his banner. They don't trust him because he's on somebody else's side.